You feel it, don't you? That quiet, constant vibration of being a person in a world. A small, separate self, drifting through the strange dream of existence, trying to find its place, protect itself, and become something more. There's a narrator inside your head, that endless commentator that counts every win, every failure, every awkward silence. It carries the weight of your past and the anxiety of your imagined future, as if it were keeping score in some invisible game. It's the story of me, you, the main character, forever striving, forever defending, forever feeling just a little bit cut off from the wild infinity that hums beneath everything. But what if the greatest fight of your life is against an enemy that doesn't even exist? This isn't just some poetic metaphor or distant spiritual concept. It's a direct path to peace, to the kind of peace that sits beneath every thought, every breath, and every heartbeat. Over the next few minutes, we're going to unravel the illusion of the separate self and open the door to a reality that you've always been living in, but never truly seen. Living as a separate self is exhausting. From the moment we wake, the project begins. We gather our thoughts, assemble the mask from yesterday, and step out into the world ready to defend our little fortress. This self, this I, feels like the center of the universe. It's the only one that feels pleasure and pain, the one that must improve itself, the one terrified of judgment, and the one that will one day die. We live inside a fortress built of memory and fear. Its walls are our beliefs, our titles, our carefully constructed history. We are the lonely kings and queens of a tiny mental kingdom, endlessly guarding our image, securing our borders against the unpredictable chaos of life. Every conversation becomes a battle for validation. Every challenge, a risk to the identity we've worked so hard to preserve. Every failure, a crack in the wall. This constant guard duty hums in the background of modern existence. It's the static of anxiety, the dull ache of disconnection, that haunting sense that something's missing. And so, we search. We search for more knowledge, more love, more things, more experiences, all in the desperate attempt to make the illusion of self feel whole. We believe happiness is something to chase, something to capture, a treasure buried in the future, guarded by fate. The problem isn't that we're failing at the project of self-building. The problem is that the project itself is a hallucination. A cosmic joke we've mistaken for a job description. We're like a wave in the ocean, terrified of crashing on the shore, forgetting we are, and always have been, the entire ocean, pretending to be a wave. This leads us to a revelation, ancient, unsettling, and liberating all at once. One that has echoed from ancient times to now within the circuitry of neuroscience. The separate self, the voice in your head, the you that you think you are, is an illusion. But don't misunderstand that word, illusion. An illusion isn't something that doesn't exist, it's something that doesn't exist the way you think it does. A rainbow looks like a solid arc hanging in the sky, but it's not. It's light and water, angle and perception. Real, yet not real. The self is the same. A dazzling mirage made of memories, sensations and stories, projected into an apparent solidity. Ancient Indian philosophy calls this Maya, the spell that makes the infinite appear divided, the one appear as many. the timeless source disguising itself as billions of faces, pretending to be lost in its own reflection. If you actually go looking for this self, you will find nothing solid, just motion, just process. Modern neuroscience says there is no command center in the brain, no CEO of consciousness sitting behind the eyes. The eye you defend is a story woven from flickering data, a ghost born of narrative momentum. Think of your thoughts like clouds drifting through a boundless sky. You are not the clouds, you are the sky itself, eternal and open. Think of your emotions as waves rising and falling on the surface of an ocean. You are not the temporary wave, you are the depth from which they rise. So ask the question the mystics ask, who am I? Sit with it, watch everything that changes. Your body, constantly renewing. Your thoughts, passing like whispers in a dream. Your emotions, weather patterns in the mind. Your name, your job, your history, just props in the grand play of Maya. Strip it all away. What remains is not a person, not an object. What remains is awareness itself. The silent, infinite field in which this very sentence is appearing right now. You are not the story, you are the screen, and everything you've ever known has been projected onto you. The realization that the self is an illusion can shake the ground beneath your feet. If I don't exist, who's listening to these words? What's the point of life? But this is the moment where fear transforms into freedom, where the mask falls away and reality breathes through you for the first time. The end of the separate self is not the end of you, it's the end of suffering. Because when there's no self to defend, who's left to be offended? When there's no isolated me to improve, who's left to judge? When there's no border between you and life, the battle ends, and what remains is peace. Vast, simple, unbroken peace. You can finally put down your weapons. That exhaustion you've been carrying your whole life, it was the effort of pretending to be someone you never were. You were building a sandcastle in the tide and calling it forever. Now you can laugh because you see the game for what it is. This doesn't make you passive, it makes you real. You start acting from flow instead of fear, from truth instead of defense. When you realize there's no permanent self to fail, you're free to create. When you realize there's no separate self to be hurt, you're free to love. Your life becomes an act of cosmic improvisation. The universe expressing itself through your laughter, your work, and your voice. The world you perceive reflects the consciousness you inhabit. As long as you believe you're a fragile fragment, the world will mirror fragility. But when you remember you are the field itself, infinite awareness, the world softens, becomes radiant, alive. You don't need to change the dream, you just need to wake up within it, smiling. The peace you've been searching for was never hidden. It was the quiet behind the search itself. So come back to that feeling, the sensation of being a person in a world. Feel it, that subtle tension between in here, looking out at out there. Now, dissolve the boundary. What if there is no in here or out there? What if it's all one seamless self-aware tapestry, reality dreaming itself into form? What if you're not the small self experiencing life, but the vast loving awareness in which life appears? The silence beneath every sound, the stillness beneath every heartbeat. This isn't something to achieve, it's something to recognize. It's already true. You are not a fragment of the whole. You are the whole, pretending to be a fragment. Let that truth echo through you. Don't analyze it, don't chase it, just rest. The moment you stop trying to hold the dream together, it holds you. And then, just see what remains. This journey isn't about becoming something. It's about remembering what you already are. If this message resonates, subscribe and join our community of dreamers, awakening together. Share your insights in the comments. Every reflection adds another facet to the infinite mirror. Until next time.